Starfire rough, Hank gets dumped, and Rachel's dreams come true. Starfire is the party. She is showing signs of risky behavior, impulsivity. I think she might be seeking escapism by using people as a transition object. Isn't that what humans do? Todd and Rose play I'll Show You Mine If You Show Me Yours. And Gar, let's meet at Elko's Diner. We are talking Titans Season 2, Episode 11, E.L._.O. Yeah, let's get it. The AfterBuzz After Show starts right now.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Well, this was an interesting episode.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened. A lot of things didn't happen. A lot of ways we could have went. And it was such a good episode. Not everyone on the panel made it today.
Yeah, it was a lot that some people couldn't get here.
Yeah, I feel like our third panelist was abducted by Cadmus.
Maybe.
And if he comes back and we play that music and he attacks you, we're all going to know why.
I think he'll attack you.
We're all going to go, know
Not
why.
me.
No. No one would be crazy enough to attack me. However, some people might be crazy enough to attack Rachel.
Yes.
Wow, we're talking Season 2 of Titans. That's right, Episode 11, E.L._.O. Yes, that's right. It's Morse code for what the F just happened. We're going to be breaking down this episode in a variety of ways. Of course, we're going to see Dick sees Bruce. Again, Rachel dreams that I have a dream speech was way more true when she said it. Rose is slumming it with Todd. Elko Diner. Bruce mansplains and tries to put Humpty Dumpty together again. Sleepers sell Gar. We have our special segment, You're the Dumbest in the World. What's the segment called?
That wasn't very smart.
That wasn't very smart. Of course, we do have some news that you're going to want to stick around for, and we have some great predictions. I promise you that. We have been so on point, it's ridiculous. And if you don't know who we are, then you don't know Titans. I'm your host. My name's Tehran. I am the Super Titan. And on my left is the queen of the criticisms, Chauncey K. Robinson.
Hey, y'all.
Now, you might notice we're missing one.
Yes.
Jeff Williams Jr. is unfortunately no longer with us. Yeah.
For this one. What are you doing?
Is he coming back?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they said about Gar.
Oh, poor Gar.
Poor Gar.
I wanted some focus on him, and then this happened.
And our own handler in the booth, Ryan.
How we doing, y'all?
Nelson.
Happy Sunday. Happy Veterans Day week. Happy Eagles versus Pats hopeful win and Watchmen Day.
And that's why we keep him in the booth, so that he doesn't speak as much as the rest of us. Of course, we are not the only people here on the panel. All of you at home are as well. We will be keeping an eye on the chat, so keep that chat lively. What are your overall thoughts on this episode, Chauncey K. Robinson?
I thought there were a lot of highlights, a lot of good moments here and there with particularly the women of the show. I thought this episode particularly focused on the women. I feel like the only drawback was probably Jason Todd and Rose's subplot. I just wasn't feeling that. Once again, I just think the relationship's very cringe, and it's kind of forced at this point, so I think that was the only drawback for me.
Interesting. Did you like the Dick Grayson Bruce Wayne?
I feel like they brought it back.
Doesn't sound like you liked it.
I feel like it served a purpose for this one in particular.
I want to know if the
served a
chat
purpose.
liked it, because I have to say I am not a fan. Now, when Bruce showed up to the diner, I liked that. The way he did it, I wasn't a fan of either.
I don't know. Do you think that was really him? I don't think that was really him. Something's weird going on.
You know what this episode reminded me of? It had a lot of Doom Patrol vibe.
Yeah, like, is this real? Is this a dream state? I was very confused, and I'm worried that we won't have a chance to try to figure out what is actually real, because I know the whole thing with Jericho and stuff. Maybe it's some dream world going on, because that just seemed weird.
Exactly. A lot of weirdness. I was expecting Ezekiel the cricket to show up.
Right?
And just start spewing, and there will be retribution for all of this.
Right?
Like, I expected something. I was not familiar with what was real or not, especially because Elko Diner started in the day. Next thing you know, the lights are dim, and there's this eeriness to it. What is real? What is not?
Yeah.
We're getting into this world, and Something else that really kind of stuck out to me is how everyone is so afraid of Deathstroke, and yet no one was afraid of Trigon. The devil himself. They were like, yeah, bro, what's up? But Deathstroke kills everyone. Deathstroke's the strongest. It's interesting how it's being built up.
And he's currently sitting in a living room right now.
Or not. We don't know what Deathstroke is doing. We wonder what's going on with that storyline. I am going to say that this was a very entertaining episode, and it seemed like it built up some certain subplots that we've been sitting on. I'm also not a fan of Gar being the sleeper cell Manchurian candidate thing.
I just don't know how that's going to work. I mean, I dig it because I do like the fact that Gar is getting focused. I didn't want it necessarily in this particular way, but I think what we'll see is a lot of ramifications from him. I just don't think he's showed us that he's strong enough that why would we care that I feel like he'd be put down pretty quickly. Like
especially by Rachel.
Yeah,
Rachel,
like as soon as he goes after Rachel, like that simulation
Rachel's
made
dark
no
side
sense
who
to me.
kills parents just because.
Gargoyles coming to life. Like why would you pick I'm not going to call him the weakest link because he's not the weakest link. That would be Dawn and Hank because they have no powers. But in terms of like someone that the others can overpower easily, it just didn't make much sense to me to do that. With
the whole tiger thing. And it also with Macy Graves.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, she's diabolical. They can't have Lex Luthor. That's what's happening.
Is she diabolical or is she not? See, that's my problem. Is she's a good bad guy, a bad good guy?
I think she's totally
in that gray, but she's in that gray area. She seems to be doing it because it's a job, and yet we see her just
so did the Nazis.
allow a nurse to die. Yes, but when it comes to the Nazis, they were evil and their science was evil and they did science in the name of evil. When it comes to Macy Graves, she's not even a scientist to be like, I'm doing this for science. Why do they need Rachel dead? See what I mean? Like, what's the point of that?
I thought that was just a test. I don't know if it was necessarily targeting Rachel or just using, perhaps, I felt like they used someone that was dearest to him to see if he'd go after them. Like, they wouldn't pick Dick because Dick had already attacked him. So I think they dug into his brain and picked the one that he's supposed to have some semi-weird romance with that has gotten no focus.
It's maybe because I keep having this hope that they're bringing Trigon back somehow and that Trigon is
he needs to be brought back.
I mean, somehow this is tied into how easily he was vanquished and that they're still trying to eliminate Rachel because of that. Because we did see an entire secret society in season 1 that no longer exists.
Family, all of that.
So I'm hoping it has a lot more to do with it. Well, let's break down that episode. Let's start with Dick and seeing Bruce.
Yes.
So Dick is in solitary confinement. He seems to have contracted some type of illness. Giving his promiscuity, I'm going to say it's possible he contracted something. However, he was sick. He's in the cell, and he sees Bruce again. Once again, that line of, is this real or is this not, is blurred. That cannot be Bruce, and yet maybe it is Bruce. But then we see the imaginary world of the stage. What is going on in Dick's mind?
Well, they've done this thing that they introduced like episode 5 where he's going semi-crazy. Yes. Like that's basically what it is. And that is but Dick is so smart that his subconscious is able to manifest into another personality and somehow show him something that was pretty obvious to the rest of us that saw it like 2 episodes ago about Deathstroke signing the word help for Jericho. So I mean, like I said, I think it served a purpose. I wasn't totally against it. I feel like the Bruce has grown on me, as the older Batman sort of thing, because I've gotten to see him on screen a bit more. So I think it served a purpose.
It's interesting. I've seen him on screen a lot as well. And now I realize I really don't like him as an actor. Like, I don't like him for this role. Yeah. He might be a great actor. Yeah. Just for this role, I do not see him as Bruce Wayne. I
feel like they've created him for this particular Titan. He can't be the Bruce Wayne that's gonna suit up. He can't be the Bruce Wayne that's gonna dip in.
Even the look. I would want someone. He really still reminds me of an.
I don't know. I'm getting like old Batman Beyond vibes, like the old Batman and Batman Beyond.
Old Batman Beyond still had that harshness to him. This guy's kind of soft.
Well, we've also seen him in Dick's mind most of the time.
He sits with his legs crossed. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's stylish.
Ryan.
What's up?
You're in the booth. I have a question for you. Do you see Bruce Wayne as a man who crosses his legs when he sits down, but crosses him all the way, all the way,
Like not just like
not just like a
ankles.
little, not the rich cross, not the I'm so wealthy.
That was a
it,
good
it was
laugh.
like
That
a
was a good
cross,
rich
like
laugh.
it crossed like, oh man.
Thigh over thigh.
It was like, yeah, man, wow, I have nothing to worry about there when I cross my legs. That's how he crossed his legs.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's a
That's not a
perpetuation
Bruce Wayne.
of.
It's not Bruce Wayne enough for me.
All right. I like him so far. I think I liked him. I liked whatever that was of him interacting with the women later on. He's grown on me.
He's growing on you.
I mean,
Okay.
I liked the Batman dance last time. After rewatching it, I realized they were playing that up. I feel like he's having fun with this role.
Okay, well, let's go to the chat. Let's go to the live chat that's live, and let's ask them live chat, either in the comments below or while you're in the chat right now or on iTunes. Please let us know, do you like this current Bruce Wayne? Are you Bruce yes or are you Bruce no? Hashtag yes Bruce, hashtag no Bruce. Let us know. Anyone alive in the live chat right now, Ryan?
We got a ton of people in the live chat from Ivan Soto.
Yes.
Typing away. Bruce Wayne can't grow up, ? Can't be old. Eric James in the chat. Also Corey Wallace, Gratian Ryan, and Jenna James. Happy belated birthday, Jenna James.
Happy birthday, Jenna
Happy
James. Well, thank you so
birthday.
much, everyone in the chat. Let us know what your thoughts are on this Bruce that we see, because I am very questionable. And if Jeff K. Williams Robinson IV was here, he would be a tiebreaker, but he is not. Dick and Bruce seem to come to a reckoning. Bruce is his conscious
Yes.
or his intuition?
I think it's a little bit. I think it's the subconscious. I definitely think it's the subconscious. I think, Dick in his regular consciousness has been deliberately being in denial about a lot of stuff that he just doesn't want to focus on. But once again, they've made it so his brain is so, I guess, advanced or smart that his subconscious has come, pushed through. And I think that's fine. Yeah, it's okay. I just feel like it's a little bit contrived why it had to be the imaginary Bruce for him to figure that out, why he couldn't figure it out with the rest of the Titans, why we needed this diversion for the last 2 episodes of like self-persecution that we've been going through. But it made sense. I mean, and I love the fight scene that they had, or the fight scene he had in his mind. And then when you see him kind of doing it by himself, it was really well done.
Very Fight Club.
Yes.
I did
He
like
didn't start punching
the
something,
I did
yeah.
like the three bat stars being thrown and Bruce effortlessly catching them.
Yes.
That was a very Batman thing.
It
to
was, because he's Batman.
We got
It
10
is.
votes yes Bruce, 9 votes no Bruce.
do. Okay,
Yes, I win.
Okay, no, whoa, it's not over. This is the start. This
Okay.
is just the start. It's a
I
tight
foresee
race.
me winning.
It is a tight race here. Okay, presidential candidate. This is a tight race.
Well,
We don't know.
11 to 10 now.
11 to 10. It's 11 to 10. He didn't say which way. It could
11
be
Who
yes.
wants a shout out from
It's what?
Chauncey?
11
Vote
what?
Yes,
11 yes,
Bruce.
10 no's.
Okay, we're getting there. It's not that I don't like seeing Bruce Wayne. It's that I don't like this person as Bruce Wayne. I would like another Bruce Wayne. I don't know who. I don't have a specific casting selection yet that I could think of. I did like the Bruce Wayne that we saw last season.
The back of his head?
We saw
didn't see anybody.
we saw the Bruce Wayne who was he was the mixed gentleman. He was like part Asian.
It wasn't really him, though. It was like we saw the back of his head. We didn't even see his face.
Yeah, but we saw the back of his good
What,
Bruce
you felt
Wayne
like
looking
he
head.
would cross his legs better?
I feel like his leg crossing skills would have been more adept. Yes.
I don't know. I feel like you have maybe one mold that you think Batman should be or Bruce should be. And I feel like it's been said in the chat that there's different molds of him.
Sure.
There's different versions of Bruce depending on what universe. And I think for this particular universe, I think this guy works as a very good contrast. Now, I will say, the way he is now, you do have to wonder how Dick turned out the way he was, because he's supposed to be like another version of him, and this guy isn't necessarily an older
Nicest
version.
guy. He's the
Exactly.
nicest guy.
So I get that part. I get that.
He's coming in.
That
Hey,
weird...
Donna, how are you? Love your hair. Hey, I've heard so much about you.
Right.
Girls, you know what we should do? If you get a chance, you should maybe put the Titans back together again, just so we can have hope in the world, please.
But the thing is, Bruce was also a playboy, so he's a charmer. Maybe they're leaning more on him being the charming guy who gets women a lot. He gets all the women together. He doesn't reach out to any of the
This
male
Bruce
Titans.
is a pedophile. So listen,
Wow.
let's get into Rachel's dreams. Rachel is having dreams again. Very dangerous, possibly, because we know last time she had dreams, what happened? Oh, yes, she unleashed Armageddon.
Yes.
So, Rachel's dreams, are they predictions or are they intuitions?
I think it's a little bit of both, because once again, we have to know that nobody's, fate is set in stone, right?
Sure.
She's had those kind of dreams before, and we've seen them warded off. So I think in this particular case, there may be an intuition. I just don't understand why it's Dick focused or, focused on Grayson in this particular area once again, because I'm like, that's setting up a whole new thing. And the thing is, I don't know if that was supposed to be Deathstroke, but that guy, whoever was in the suit, was way shorter than we've seen Deathstroke. And I don't know if that meant something, if maybe that's like supposed to be someone else that takes on the Deathstroke mantle or something, because I didn't understand where it was going and why the focus was on Grayson.
Well, we did see the cards come out, and I mean that in the tarot cards. We see Rachel's past, her present, and her future. The past was the tower, upheaval, leading to a period of darkness. The present, the moon. The realm of dreams, trust your intuition. It will guide you towards your purpose. And then, of course, the future, the hanged man. Brutality is coming your way. You must prepare to make a great sacrifice or suffer great loss. Now, Chauncey, because this is the exact same future that you also have.
I knew you were saying something.
I want to know what your feelings were on this, especially being that the Hanged Man is the card that you would also have received.
Wow, I'm glad. I mean, if you had another job as a psychic in a former life, you read it very well.
Yes.
I thought it was interesting. I love that they play into the mystery, and it's not just all science and stuff when it comes to the tie-ins, that they play on Rachel's more dark, great beyond sort of play, and I think it's interesting. But once again, it's all very vague. I think that we're getting red herrings. I think it's not probably going to be Rachel that makes the sacrifice. It's probably going to be someone else, because Rachel's not going to die anytime soon, I don't think. And I feel
great
like
sacrifice doesn't necessarily mean she has to die.
No, well, so she's probably going to have to sacrifice someone. Someone's going to have to be sacrificed, and then we see this whole thing with Dick in the dream. So it's not good stuff.
Hopefully, she sacrifices Jason and Rose's freaking relationship.
Man,
This great line. Rachel's dream is Dick being killed by Deathstroke, yet Dick is somehow at the funeral himself.
And he gets killed again. Even though his tombstone's already there.
Even though he's already dead.
Yeah.
Rachel, can't you have normal dreams?
I know. She just can't catch a break.
She cannot. I don't know if Rachel's mind it'd be interesting if Rachel's mind is actually somehow creating this.
You think, like, getting everyone to
Elk's Diner, somehow her subconscious, which we saw create a gargoyle and attack a person, is part of all of this as well. That she's somehow behind this, because we don't know how powerful Rachel is.
No, yeah, we don't.
And she seems to be extremely ever powerful.
Yeah. I don't think it's Rachel. I think it's something else. I think Rachel has had her own thing going on, and we'll probably get more into that for next season, because we're just so close to the end of this season. But I don't think it's Rachel. I feel like it's something that has to deal more with the ghost type aspect, and that's just not, I don't think that's her area.
Because I could see, and this is why I see Jericho's ability to transfer his conscious to body would be something similar to what Trigon had done, especially if we have that jewel and those two types of magic or whatever they are, that ether-realmly power could somehow convolute or conflict or something. There could be something where if I was going to possess someone, I would possess Rachel. Like if I was a spirit and I had to possess someone in the Titans, it would be Rachel, because she's the one most likely to be possessed.
What, so no one else would notice, or?
I just feel like she's the one who's more open to it in a way. She could have the ability, somehow she is the key to solving this. Because why else would she play such a big role in something that she had no part of? See what I mean? In the conflict between Deathstroke and the Titans, Rachel's not a part of this conflict.
yeah.
Gar is not a part of this conflict. Connor is not a part of this conflict. It's really between the old team. So why is Rachel so self-involved in this unless there is some ethereal consciousness that's happening because Jericho is tapping into whatever Raven's abilities are?
No, I don't. I just can't. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think that's what. I think she would sense Jericho. I don't think it would be Dick that would be in her dream. I think it would be some mysterious figure, even if it's not Jericho's face. I think it would be some mysterious figure where she'd be like, "Oh, who's this thing or person, and what's going on there?" I think the reason why we're seeing Rachel play a part in this because it plays a little bit into what you're saying, but not the idea of Jericho going towards her, but more so because. Who would be able to deal with that if not her power source?
I mean, it just seems odd to me that every single time Cadmus is after Rachel, at least on the surface level. Yeah. On the surface level, the person that they showed was Rachel. We see that Rachel's the one having dreams. Rachel mysteriously ran away, had some purpose or vision where she had to leave. She's manifesting these new powers that we have no understanding of. She has this Trigon gem in her forehead. I mean, it's just a lot of things are just circling the Rachel aspect of it. That's why I'm asking. But then again, that's just my opinion. We love to hear the opinions of all of you at home. Please comment below. Let us know what you're thinking. We enjoy reading your theories and understanding, especially since I pull most of mine out of my ass. So please be a part of that. We love to listen to you. Chauncey, let them know.
Yeah, and before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk.
Da-na-na.
For us to continue to grow, we could use your help, though. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. Don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our shows.
That's right. That's right. Chauncey tells me how much AfterBuzz means to her every single day because without AfterBuzz,
I don't talk to him once the camera's
have
closed.
So much hurt. She would have so much pain in her heart. And see, as I feel like another storyline that you are close to, slumming it with Todd. I just feel like Jason Todd, Rose and Jason Todd, very, very reminiscent of who you are as a person.
Really? Which one am I? Jason Todd or am I Rose?
Both. You're actually just both because you are the hey, let me in person, but then you don't give anything up.
Wow, he just not only a psychic but also a therapist, y'all.
Yes, you're welcome.
He does it all.
You're welcome. Actually, I was meant to be the one to hook up with Starfire and then cockblock myself, but I didn't do that.
So are you Grayson?
Yeah, I'm definitely Grayson when it comes to Starfire.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts on Rose slumming it with Todd? That awkward interaction the day after, the morning after, the regret, or the talk of shame. I'm wondering if this is setting something up for Jason Todd. I feel like they've made it so Rose has to be kind of his sounding board because who else would he be able to talk to? And I do feel like she latched on to him for whatever reason. I think it has something to do with like the call she made to her dad. So clearly maybe it's been some underlying thing going on that maybe there's some long game in terms of her infiltrating and getting Jason Todd. I just don't think it's pure. I think it's rom-com teen stuff, but maybe I'm hoping that maybe this is some sort of like subversion. Like they want you to feel like this is contrived because it actually is, because Rose all this time has maybe she started liking Jason Todd, but I think initially she's been in there, and I think that call to her dad kind of hinted at that. He said something. He was like, take this one.
Yeah. It was just kind of like she was like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm not playing the game anymore, you know? So I just don't see the chemistry with it on screen, and of all the romances, we had 2 semi-romances last season with Gar and Rachel and then Dick and Corey, and I feel like this season somehow we've just gotten so many other relationships other than the ones they started, and this is one of them and it's not one that works.
To me, it doesn't work either. I don't know. I understand their connection, but it does feel forced even with that understanding. I also don't like the way they interact.
How so?
Not only is it very toxic, which
There you go.
But it's also the manner in which it's progressing. What is the point to me? What is the point? How if Jason Todd doesn't die by the end of the season, and I'm thinking that might be the sacrifice that Rachel has to make in some way. If Jason Todd doesn't die, to me it's just kind of pointless.
Yeah, I think
At least if he dies, I could be like, oh, okay, well, he hit, you know.
he got something before he died.
Time to die.
No, I think it is building up to something, not death though. I don't think it's that. I think what it is building up to him wanting to strike out on his own. Something's going to click to him that probably is going to make him just not want to, I don't know, be under someone's shadow anymore or something like that. Maybe he was the shorter Deathstroke in the dream or whatever. Like maybe he's the one that turns on, Grayson and everything. It is building up to something. I don't think this is just because they think we wanted to see Jason Todd get it on with somebody, especially, with Rose. I don't think it's purposeless.
I also think it's interesting that they're back in Gotham City, and yet somehow Bruce doesn't know.
Bruce doesn't know a lot, it seems.
Exactly. Like, how are we not knowing things?
He's somewhere else in a diner.
In Elko's Diner. Elko Diner, of all places. He's in Elko's Diner. Before we get to Elko's Diner, Hawk and Dove break up.
Yeah.
We saw that.
Boo-hoo.
And now Dove is reluctant to let things go.
Well, she seems to be heading to San Francisco, and I don't know why, because Dick don't want to see her. But I guess she thought maybe
let that go. Listen, I think that Dick can make it work with Corey and Dawn. I feel
Both?
like that's, yeah.
That sounds typical of something you would probably say.
I think that if anyone can do it, Dick can do it. You know, Corey might not be have an aversion to that.
She probably not. She probably wouldn't. She did keep her boots on the first time they had sex.
And she definitely has her wily ways.
We saw that this episode.
And then we have Dawn.
I feel like Dawn might be too sweet for that.
She would be too sweet for that, but ultimately, she wants Dick.
So many
Grayson.
double entendres. No, I still don't see it because I think Corey's enough for Dick. Not to get into like the ship talk of it. She was heading back to San Francisco, and that was weird to me because I was wondering why she was heading back there because I don't think
she has nowhere else to go.
I guess, but it's kind of like, why not try to pick up another, city? Of course she.
I don't know why they left to begin with, so I like. It's like,
right?
Oh, you did what, Dick? That's it. We're gone.
We're leaving,
guys. You could have just left. Why are you
going
waiting? Why are you waiting? You could have just left. Obviously, you guys didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, and she did try to throw the box away, but then she grabbed the picture at the end.
Which, of course, she should grab that picture. That's a great picture.
It's all right.
It's
the
got
tie-ins.
Everyone in that one picture. Who was in that picture?
Dick,
was
Hank,
there?
and Donna.
Hank and Donna.
Mm-hmm.
And there
the
was
foursome.
And I think Corey. Corey wasn't in that picture?
No, Corey wasn't in that picture.
Well.
She came. Whatever, man.
Okay, so they end up in Elko's Diner. Everyone gets these like subliminal calls to get there. So we get Donna getting a mysterious phone call. We get a radio interruption for Dawn.
Yeah.
We get Corey gets a commercial
for donuts, and she goes, I love that.
And she goes, also reminded me very much of Doom Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rachel is drawn there by her dream. Is Bruce real? See, like, Bruce could not have contrived that. I'm sorry.
I know. That's what made me weirded out by it. Like, he showed up, had a nice car, and he's sitting there talking to them, but it just didn't seem right. Like, how, like, the meeting itself was okay. I could have believed that, but just the whole idea of, like, how did he know where each, yes, Bruce Wayne is really good with technology, so maybe he was able to figure out how to get to each of them, but why not just be like, hey, I need to meet y'all somewhere. This is very important for something.
Exactly.
Why? First of all, how would he know everything how would he know that Corey would want donuts? Like, or that she'd be willing to go for the donuts? It just seemed a little bit like a psychic push maybe to each of them, more so than just the surface.
Exactly. This wasn't a setup. This was some type of supernatural force. So
but why Bruce?
I don't know why Bruce. I don't know why Bruce is the one who tries to get them. And I don't even know if Bruce is real. I still don't know if Bruce is real or part of this subconscious or this plan, or if this is all some world. I would be very upset if this is all a dream. I hate those.
Yeah.
I hate those. Everything that happened is a dream. I
And
hate
you've
those.
all been like sleeping this whole time, and now
Yes.
you're ready to be Titans or something.
Yeah, I hate all that kind of stuff. However, there's something about Elko's Diner. There's something nefarious and diabolical that goes there. I don't know.
guess. I love the donut lady.
I mean, they had pie and cake that hadn't
Corey
been
was
eaten.
not feeling it.
Of course, there were flies in the pie case.
It was very weird.
in
It was
the
like,
cake
what
case.
is this place? I don't think this place is real, because also that woman that was playing the diner lady, I saw online, some fans pointed it out. She was actually the same woman that gave Corey the Hennessy or the tequila from last season when her and Dick first fell in love or like slept together or whatever. So she was in a liquor store in some other city. And somehow she's at this new diner.
Yeah, this is how people don't get recast for stuff, ma'am. If this is your living and you're getting, and the casting directors there love you, good for you. We didn't even notice. Stop doing that. Stop taking away her job. So this Elko's Diner, there's a lot more to this mystery, but Bruce ultimately tries to put the team back together again. A team I thought he had an aversion to that team. To the Titans. I don't think that was
Well,
his
no, he sent
play.
Jason with them.
Sure, because
he
it had
thought
already
would
been
help him.
established.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was his initial goal. Putting the Titans together was not something he wanted. But when it happened, Bruce Wayne is the type to, well, now that it's happening here,
Yeah.
I'm not going. There's nothing I can really do about it except contribute.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me, because it's like he goes to the thing with, if that's really him, he goes through this thing with the 4 women of the team, but it's like Dick is in jail. So why not go visit him in prison? Like, where all these other people are scattered all around. I don't know how he knows that, but he doesn't go, the real him doesn't go to visit Grayson. So it's like, it just didn't, it was so like I don't really know the real Bruce's,
I don't know what's really going on in this episode.
and I
Like,
don't
is
know
it
if he's
real or is it all just some mind thing? Or like Gar, we see him, of course, being fed a lot of different things. So I don't know what's real or not.
Yeah, and I think that's what's weirding me out about this season, because I'm like, we've seen this sort of introduction late in the season of what you said, like Doom Patrol kind of aesthetic here. But the thing is, Doom Patrol had that aesthetic from the very beginning.
It was the entire trope throughout the season, yes.
So you had that. You had the moving brick and the town, all of that stuff, which was awesome, but it was always established.
You had a talking cricket. That's all you need to
You
do.
had a singing horse, unicorn. Like, there was just so much stuff going on. And then with this, I just feel like I always felt like Titans was a bit more, although Rachel was the outlier of that and the enhancer of it in a way, that it was more grounded in gritty reality. And I feel like there's some weird, like you said, dream stuff going on that's not meshing as well, because I don't know if they have enough time to explain it.
Especially because we only have like 2 more episodes.
Yeah, I feel like it's 2.
Yeah, we have 2 episodes left. Okay, so we do know that, at least we think Gar, we know what he's seeing is not real, because they are, and by they I mean Cadmus, is messing with his brain.
Yes.
They are in his brain, controlling him, creating a sleeper cell, focusing his rage towards, at least we know, Rachel and possibly the rest of his team. And he doesn't know what's going on. We see that in the simulation in which he thinks he's at the tower. Rachel comes in, who happens to be a staff employee, comes in, and Gar everything is fine until the music plays. And then as soon as that classical music plays, which I've always said classical music is extremely dangerous, way more dangerous than rap, he tigers up and attacks the F out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Rips her to shreds.
Yes.
While Mace Graves just watches.
Because she's cold-blooded. That was a rough scene to watch in a way. Particularly
Loved
the
it.
part... It was rough for me. Particularly the part where they were going in his brain. It was just so, like... He doesn't, after, like... I think Gar's origin story was that he had got really sick during some bombings or something in Cambodia and stuff. He's been through a lot, and that we still haven't delved into that stuff. And now we're gonna add this. He's gonna if he survives this, if he doesn't die, if someone doesn't have to kill him to put him down, then he's gonna have extreme PTSD, and we're gonna have another brooding character around.
And I've never understood how they unprogram someone from that. I would always not trust you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, especially because they literally were, it's not something like, if this was the cartoon or something like that, I feel like it might have put a chip on him or something, but they went into his brain and was like messing
cut his
with
brain.
wires.
We saw his brain.
And I'm like, how does one, now my guess is that maybe Rachel will heal him because she does have that power, that maybe that's what she will be able to do to heal his brain. But it was just rough. I don't know if I cared for it. Like I said, I wanted more Gar time. This isn't what I meant.
We were expecting Gar story, more Gar storyline in which he is part of the team.
Yes.
There is no team.
Yeah, he's not part of the team. He's the one that was the cheerleader for most of the time, and he's being experimented on. Like, he's getting the rougher end of it, while Donna and Dawn are basically, leaving Dick in the prison and everything like that. And here it is, Gar, the cheerleader, is getting the worst end of the stick here.
Let's talk really quick about Corey. Corey is obviously homesick, or she knows she has to get back. She's daydreaming inside the arcade game. Then we see her have this relation with some random guy.
Yeah.
And the guy turns out to be a therapist and talks too much, so she doesn't go through with it. Then she goes to get donuts. What's going on with Corey? I know this is your favorite.
Yes. It's kind of what the therapist was saying. I don't want to call it like a manic episode. I just think
Escapism.
she was having a downward spiral. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't have a ship. She just found out all of her family and her court too. So it wasn't just her parents. It was all those people that supported her parents and herself that are dead now.
And we've seen this from her before. In the beginning of last season.
Yeah.
Remember, she was this party girl who was out. And
I feel like
also
she was in more control
escaping
then, though.
them.
She just didn't know who she was. I feel in this particular one, she was messy. Like, even the little girl was like, get your life together, lady. Last season, when she didn't understand who she was, yeah, she was partying it up. She hooked up with the club owner. But I think this one showed that there was a real problem there. I do like the fact that when she was talking to the therapist, she talked about family. She talked about finding love. I feel like that was a Dick Corey moment, preference or reference. But I think, I'm kind of wondering when she's going to be able to talk to somebody.
Interesting.
And she didn't seem like she could have controlled her powers either. When they
her
were going
powers,
around.
yes. She got angry and she was like, what's going on with me? So we'll find out what's going on with her as we go forward. And of course, we get the breakout scene where the writing's on the wall. Jericho still lives. We're going to find out where Jericho is. Let's get to our special segment, You're a Dumbass.
That wasn't very smart, yes.
No, that wasn't very smart. Yes. So what was that? That is the part of a show where we feel like one of the characters did something that was not very smart.
Yes.
For you, what was that?
The guy that could have hooked up with Corey.
100%, hands down. There's nothing else that could be done.
And it was like, what?
That guy was an idiot. You talked
this?
yourself out of that. Like, listen, I understand you're a therapist and you're doing your job, and I'm proud of you for keeping your professional work ethic together. Shut up. It's Corey.
He could have done pillow talk afterwards. Like, yeah, that was great, but let's talk about that after. He's doing it throughout while he's kissing
By the way,
her.
do you know what my name is? I'm a therapist on top of that.
And he leaves his card.
Bro.
I'm like, yo, you just talked yourself out
and
of
I'm
this.
not saying, and I respect that he did that. I respect it. But then he tried to kiss her again, and then she was done. Like, yo, if he had stopped on his own terms, and he was like, listen, I don't think this is cool, and this is why, and I think we should talk, that would have been different. But he was like, well, maybe you're, oh no? Well, then you stop. Yep, that was the moment. Let's get into some news and gossip, shall we?
Yes.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Guess what, Titans fans? UPI.com has announced DC Universe Warner Brothers renews Titans for a third season. We all suspected, but November 11th, Warner Brothers Television and DC Universe announced Titans Season 3 renewal Monday. The streaming series is currently airing its second season, of course, and we watch it every Friday. Based on the DC Comics, Titans allows these proteges to have Batman and Wonder Woman to be heroes of their own adventure. And we're going to see a lot going on in season 3. They are talking about working with HBO Max in May 2020. And if that happens, then we may have some Watchmen-esque additions to Titans, which would be amazing since Watchmen is the best television, not just comic book television, not just DC television, but Watchmen is the best television on air right now. Ryan, do you agree?
Completely agree, 100%.
Ryan, how would you know that?
Because I'm on the after show tonight at 7 p.m. PST with Tehran Von
Ghasri. That's right. He is on the after show with me. I'm not on the show with him. So in addition, Titans DC Universe renewed Doom Patrol for a second season, although there was controversy over the cancellation of Swamp Thing with no clear answers. And DC Universe also premieres the new animated Harley Quinn series on November 29th. Expect to see myself, possibly Chauncey, and all of us talk about that on the panel. So that is what we have all been waiting for. Congratulations, you have done it. Predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Chauncey, vague prediction.
No, I have a specific one actually
Yes.
this time. I think that Dick is going to go. I think Dick is going to go to Bruce for his suit. I do think we're going to see Nightwing very soon. And
Well,
with
2
the
episodes
wings,
left.
Yeah, with the wings and
Still
everything.
kind of
He
fake.
has to get a suit made. So who does he go to? He's going to go to Bruce. And then I think we'll find out whether or not Bruce actually met with the women or what's going on with him. So that's my specific one for Nightwing.
I think that Rachel is the key, and that Rachel is a big part of everything going on. And even though we were sidetracked by everyone else that's going down, Rachel is it, and that Gar somehow messes this up, and the sacrifice involves Rachel and Gar.
Okay.
I think that that's what's going to happen. But we don't know. Guess what? We do know. We know where to find you if you want to be found. Chauncey K. Robinson.
Well, you can find me on Twitter. You can also find me on my YouTube channel and on Rotten Tomatoes, as I'm a verified film and TV critic.
And what is that they should be looking for at?
Twisted Woman CKR and also Miss Chauncey KR.
That's right. And you can find me at I Am Tehran all across the board. That's IAMTEHRAN. And find me hosting and paneling on a slew of other AfterBuzz after shows, because all of your favorite TV shows are my favorite TV shows too. Woo! Until next week, Jeff may or may not be back after the Cadmus abduction. We don't know. But we will see you right here, same bat time, same bat channel.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.